Welcome to SAP S/4HANA Production Planning and Manufacturing Exhibition demo. Okay, so the demo agenda is like this. First, we will have the introduction of the students and introduction of the trainer. I'll give my introduction. Okay, then we will see the course content. What topics we'll be discussing during our training. Okay, training. I'll just give you a brief overview of those topics. Okay, and then we will see the documentation part. Like at the end of the training, I will provide you some documents. What are those documents? I'll show you some sample documents. Okay, and finally we will discuss on the training methodology part, like when to have training, weekdays or weekends, what is a suitable class timings, those things we will discuss. Okay, so I'll give my introduction. Myself, Savan. I'm a B.Pharm graduate. Okay. Overall, I have 15 years of experience, 5 years into domain and 11 years into SAP. And I am certified in SAP PP module. Okay. So far, I completed 5 end-to-end implementation projects, including one is S4HANA. And these are the clients for which I worked. General Electric, Sanofi Laboratories, Milan Laboratories, Dr. Reddy's, and Chipmunk Laboratories. Okay, and these are the types of industries for which I implemented SAP. Okay, and currently I'm working as a solution architect in one of the leading IT organizations. Okay, and these are the countries I traveled as part of my SAP career. Okay, so this is my profile basically. Okay, this is the course content. First, we will have the introduction. Okay, introduction like what is SAP, why SAP is used. Okay, and then we will see all the master data required for PP module. Then we will see the planning topics. Okay, in the planning we have sales and operations planning, demand management, and MRP, material requirement planning. Okay, and then we will go to production execution. In the production execution, we will discuss 3 types of industries: discrete manufacturing, repetitive manufacturing, and then process manufacturing, PPPA. After that, we will discuss the batch management. Okay, and then we will see the configuration, backend settings. So these are the topics. These are the basically the course content. Along with this, we will discuss SAP S/4HANA topics also, special topics. Okay, so first we will start with overview part. Like in the overview, we will be discussing what is SAP, why SAP is used. Okay, what is PP module is all about, why the organizations implement PP module. Okay, when they implement PP module, what benefits they will get, what are the functionalities they will get, and integration of PP module with other modules. You might be knowing the other modules in SAP MM. Okay, SD, MMSD, then QM, okay, PM, okay, and then FICO, HR, okay, WM. Okay, so these are the modules. So how the PP module is integrated with all these modules, we will discuss. And then we will see the basic navigation in SAP. How to log on, how to log off, how to execute the transactions, we will discuss. So this part is like overview part is like introduction. Okay. So Pushparaj, no need to explain what is SAP, why SAP is used and all, right? Pushparaj, are you there?
Hi sir, I am here.
Yeah. No need to explain that, right? What is SAP, why SAP is used and all, right? Correct?
Okay sir.
Shrikant, what about you? Not required, right? Shrikant, are you there? Yeah, Syed, can you please speak? Syed, can you give an introduction, Syed?
Sorry?
Syed, can you give your brief introduction, Syed?
Yeah, my name is Syed Akib and I'm currently working as a in production in some company.
Okay.
So I just wanted to take SAP PP training. So I was looking out for online training. and I want to be a functional consultant.
Okay. So in your company, are they already using SAP or any idea?
No, they are not using SAP, but I have taken saw few videos on SAP on internet on YouTube,
Okay. Okay.
and I was
So
just studying on.
Syed, basically you know what is SAP, why SAP is used, right? The basics you know, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, then that should be enough. That should be enough. Yeah. Okay. Syed, please be on mute. Huh? Syed, please be on mute. Just mute yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we will continue. Okay. So now, uh, after this overview part, we will go to enterprise structure. Okay. Enterprise structure is nothing but organization structure. Here we will be discussing the organization structure with respect to PP module. I hope all of you three people are already aware of these terminologies, like what is client, what is company code, what is plant, what is storage location, okay, what is their importance, why they are used, all those things we will discuss. Enterprise structure. And I hope as already you people are aware of all these things, you're already working on SAP, some people, and some person are already, or some other person knows all about SAP. So I'll not be going in depth of these things. Okay. So this is a enterprise structure. Enterprise structure with respect to PP, production planning. Okay. But in the real training, we will go to all these things because there will be some other people also will be joining. So that time we will discuss all these things in detail. Because you three people are already onto working on SAP or you know SAP these terminologies. I'll not be going in depth of this. Okay. After this, we will be discussing about the master data. Okay. So in the PP, you have four master data: material master, BOM, work center, and routing. Okay. And apart from this, you have production version also. In S4HANA, now they made production version also as mandatory. Okay. I'll explain you one by one. So material. A material can be anything in the system. A material can be a raw material, packing material, semi-finished product, finished product, even machine spare parts, nut, bolt, gaskets, okay, stationery, pen, paper, pencil, all these things are considered as materials in the system. Okay, so in the material master, you maintain information about that particular material. So when we go to the training, we will see how these material masters are created, what data you will maintain, what are the views important for PP module. In those views, what data you will maintain, all those things we will discuss. That is material master. Okay. After that, we will go to the bill of material. So I'll explain you what is bill of material. Okay. Suppose let's say you want to, in our house, every day we make curd, correct? We make curd. Okay. So to make curd, to manufacture or to make a product, what you need, first you need some materials, input materials. To make curd, what do you require? Generally, you require milk, okay, and you require, let's say, input curd again, okay. Let's say I'll call it as yeast. So to make 1 kg of curd, let's say to make 1 kg of curd, you need 1 liter of milk, 1 liter of milk, and let's say 0.1 kg of yeast. Let's assume. So the BOM will give you the materials required in quantities to manufacture a product. So that is BOM. So these are the BOM. This is BOM. So BOM will give you to manufacture a product. To manufacture a product, what materials are required in what quantities. That is BOM. That is bill of material. Okay. Now, so that is bill of material. So when we go to the training, we will see how these bill of materials are created. What data is maintained in the bill of materials. Ultimately, where these bill of materials are used. How to create different material BOM types. Okay. How to create alternate bill of materials. All those things we will discuss. Okay. So now, to manufacture the product, now you know what materials are required in what quantities. Now, apart from this, you should also know how to manufacture the product. manufacture the product, what steps you need to carry out, what operations you need to carry out. So that information will come from what you call routing. Okay, so suppose let's say to manufacture the curd, what you will do? First you will heat the milk. Okay, and then what you will do? You will add the yeast to the milk, and then store the milk overnight. Then next day your curd will be ready. So to make the curd, you need to execute these operations, these activities. So this information will come from routing. Okay, so that is a routing. So routing will tell you to manufacture a product what operations you have to carry out. So that is routing. Now you know what materials are required, what operations you need to carry out, and now you should know the information of what machines needs to be used. So to manufacture any product, you need some machines, some equipments. So those equipments also you should know. So now to heat the milk, where you will do? You will do it on a stove. Then you add the yeast to the milk, where you will do? You do it in a vessel. And store the milk overnight, you will do it on a vessel. So this information will come from work center. So work center data we will see. How to create these work centers, what data you will maintain in the work centers, all those things we will see. Okay, what information you will maintain in the work center. Okay, how it is used, where it is used, what is the importance of work center. Okay, all those things we will discuss. So this is the basic master data. So to manufacture any product, you should know what materials are required, what input materials are required in what quantities. That information will come from POM. Okay, and you should know what machines you have to use. Okay, that information will come from work center. And you should know the procedure of manufacturing the product. To manufacture the product, what activities you need to do. That information will come from routing. So this is the basic background of master data that we will discuss in the master data. And apart from this, you have one more thing, that is production version. So production version is basically the combination of POM and routing used for to make the product. Okay, so production version is nothing but combination of bill of material plus routing. So that also we will discuss. That also we will discuss when we go to the training. Okay, so how to do this, how to create these production versions, because in S4HANA, now in S4HANA, they made production version as mandatory. So that production version also we will discuss. Okay, so that is a master data. After the master data, we will go to the planning. First is sales and operations plan. So now we know what materials are required, what machines we need to use, what operations we need to carry out. We know all this information. But to manufacture a product, another thing is you should know how much quantity we have to manufacture. How much quantity we need to manufacture. Let's say in a particular day, in a particular month, or in a particular year, you should know how much quantity you have to manufacture. So how you will determine how much quantity you need to manufacture? Either the customer give the order. One is that one. Customer give you the order. He will tell you, I need this material, this much quantity by this period. That is one thing. But let's say even before customer give the order, you want to manufacture the product. I want to manufacture and I want to keep the stock ready. In that case, you go for forecasting. So how you will calculate the forecast? You take the previous sales history of the product. Okay, let's say you take the sales history for let's say last 12 months, let's say, or last 24 months. You will take the sales history, and using this previous sales data, you will calculate your future forecast. Let's say next 12 months. you will do the forecast. That is like 12 months. Let's say next to 12 months, or let's say next to 6 months, you will calculate the forecast. Okay, you calculate the forecast. That is done in what you call sales and operations plan. Okay, so basically the sales and operations planning, you will come out with the forecast. So here you have two tools. One is standard SOP. Next one is flexible planning. So we will see what is the standard SOP, what is this flexible planning, what is the difference between these two. Okay, how to execute these two tools in the system. As a consultant, what settings you need to make it here. All those things we will discuss. That is SOP. Okay. Now, after that, sales and operations planning, we will go to the demand management. Okay, so demand management means how you are going to manage your demand. So you have two types of demands basically. One is forecast, another one is customer order. You have these two types of demands. Okay, so basically in the demand management, you will decide whether you want to manufacture your product only based on forecast or only based on customer order. Okay, or combining both. That is called demand management. How you are going to manage your demand. If you are going to manufacture your product only based on forecast, it is called MTS, make to stock. And if you are manufacturing your product only based on customer orders, it is called MTO, make to order. So that is demand, how you are going to manage your demand. So we will understand here what is demand management. Okay, how the make to stock works, how the make to order works, what are the planning strategies in make to stock. We will execute all these planning strategies in the system. What is the difference between these planning strategies? As a consultant, which planning strategy you need to propose to the client, your client, based on what scenarios? Okay, all those things we will discuss. We will execute all these planning strategies in the system. So make to stock and make to order. Okay, after the demand management, we will go to MRP, material requirement planning. Okay, so what is this MRP? Now you know your demand. How much you have to manufacture. Suppose let's say, I'll take a simple example. You are working in a cycle manufacturing company. You are working in a cycle manufacturing company. So to make one cycle, what do you require? You require seat 1. You require handle 1. Okay, you require bulb 1, and you require pedals 2. Okay, you require brakes 2. You require chain 1. You require what you call tires 2. You require rim 2. Like this, you need all these materials in these quantities to make one cycle. Suppose let's say now the requirement is to make 1000 cycles. 1000 cycles. Now for 1000 cycles, how many seats required? 1000. And for handle, 1000. Okay, and pedals, of course, 2000. Brakes, 2000. And tires, 2000. And rim, 2000. So for 1000 cycles, this many are required. So now, so that means here I'm calculating manually, but in the organization there are a lot of materials will be there. Who will calculate these quantities, input material quantities according to the requirement? That is done by MRP, material requirement planning. Okay, so it will calculate these requirements, quantities, and they will send this to purchasing. So purchasing people will purchase these materials, this much quantities required for production. So that MRP will do that calculation. Okay, so here we will be discussing what is MRP, what are the different types of MRPs are there. Okay, to run MRP as a consultant, what settings you have to make it in the system. Okay, what is a technical process of MRP run? When you run MRP, what system will do actually? Okay, and then what are the different methods of running MRP? Okay, then what factors influence the MRP run? Okay, and then how to analyze MRP results. Once MRP is executed, as a consultant, you have to check, okay, whether MRP is giving proper results or not. All those things we will discuss in the system. So this is MRP, Material Requirement Plan. Okay, after the MRP, your planning will end. So this is the one so far we discussed. So you calculate forecast, and from the SD module, sales, customer orders will come, customer requirements. Both you will put it into the demand management, and then you will run MRP, Material Requirement Planning. Wherever the inventory stock is not there, according to the requirement, system will generate a planned order. Okay, planned order is a requirement for the production people to start production. Okay, and then from the planned order, they will start the production. They will create production order. This comes under execution part, production execution. And for the input materials, raw materials, packing metals, system will generate a PR, purchase requisition. MRP will generate a purchase requisition. That purchase requisition is converted to purchase order, and then this purchase order will be given to the vendor, supplier. Supplier will supply the material. Okay, again, when the vendor supplies the material, they will receive the material. They will do the GR, and then they will make the payment to the vendor. So this activity comes under purchasing. In SAP, it is handled by MM module. So we will not be covering this. We will be covering production execution. Okay. So here, the production execution. So what happens is, once MRP generates planned order, from the planned order, they will create the production order. So we will see how to create this production order. What is the master data required for production order creation? What are the different methods of creating the production order? When you create the production order, what will happen? All those things we will discuss. Once the production order is created, next they will do availability checks. One is input material availability check, equipment, machine availability check. That means when you create an order for this 1000 cycles, in your warehouse, you should have the stock of these materials, this much quantity. You have to check that. So that is called material availability check. And at the same time, you should check your machines are available or not. Okay, see, the thing is, you have to deliver the product to the customer, the right product in right quantity at the right time. Suppose, let's say your customer wants 1000 cycles by this date. Let's say 1st of February. If you are not going to deliver by this date, what will happen? Customer will go to some other company. He will lose the faith in you. So to deliver by this date, you should ensure your machines are available or not. You have to. So that is machine availability. Okay, so you do the both availability checks. If both are available, then they will release the work order. Once all are available, they will release the production order. The production order release means you are giving the production department, you can now start the production. Everything is available. You can go ahead with the production. So we will see in the system how to release this production order. What are the different methods of releasing the production order? How to release manually, automatically, collectively, all those things we will discuss. After that, they will do the order printing. They will normally, the production order, they will print with all the components. So how that printing is done, we will see. After that, material staging, goods issue. So normally, all the raw materials will be in the warehouse. I don't know how many of you have industry experience. Normally, all the raw materials, when they are received from the supplier, they will be in the warehouse. See, they will be in the warehouse. They are kept it in the warehouse. Okay, here in the warehouse. Then when the production people ask for the materials, the warehouse person will issue that raw materials to the production. So that is called material staging. So how in SAP they call it as goods issue. How to do this goods issue? Okay, what are the different methods of goods issue? How to do manually, how to do automatically, how to do collective goods issue. All those things we will discuss. After that, once the materials are taken from the warehouse, production people will do the actual physical production. Once the production is done, they will confirm the order. Confirming the order means entering the actual production data. Let's say you are trying to produce 100 kg of a product, but you got only 99 kg. 1 kg is loss, let's say. So this information they will enter. What is the output yield? What is the loss? What is the machine timings? Actual start time, actual end time, all those things they will enter into the system. That is called confirmation. What are the different methods of confirmation? Okay, header level confirmation, operation level confirmation, milestone confirmation, all those different types of confirmations we will discuss. Okay, and if it is in the middle of the month, then they will, finance people will do WAP determination. This is finance, nothing to worry. And once production is completed, confirmation is done, they will do the good receipt. Good receipt means transferring the manufactured product to the warehouse by the production department. Okay, so how this goods receipt is done? What are the different methods? Manual, automatic, all those things we will discuss. From with this, our role will end. Production people will end. And during the month end, the finance team will do the variance calculation, settlement, and finally they will do the closure. So these three activities they will do. Okay, so that is a production execution. Okay, so we will discuss from creation to the closure, entire life cycle of the production order. We will discuss this in the system. Okay, so this is discrete manufacturing. This is discrete manufacturing. Okay, so that is a production execution. After this, we will go to process manufacturing. Process manufacturing means process industries like food manufacturing industries, pharmaceuticals, and then what you call chemical industries. So these kind of industries, they use process manufacturing. I'll tell you the difference. Discrete manufacturing, process manufacturing. Let's say you are manufacturing a cycle. Okay. Once to manufacture cycle, what you will do? You take all these ones and you assemble them. You will get the cycle. But after you manufacture the cycle, if you disassemble the cycle, you will be getting again back your original product, original raw materials. But in case of process manufacturing, let's say you are manufacturing ice cream. So to manufacture ice cream, what you will do? You take some components, some powders and liquids, you manufacture ice cream. But once you manufacture ice cream, can you go back to the original materials from it is manufactured? No, you cannot go back. That is why it is called processing. So those kind of industries, they use PPPA. So here we will see what is master data required for PPPA. Here work center is called resource. Here routing is called master recipe. What is the difference between master recipe and routing? We will discuss. We will discuss about production version, and we will discuss how to execute the process order. Here the order is called process order. We will see the entire process order flow. Then we will see process management and PA sheet execution. All these things we will discuss. One full flow of process manufacturing. Okay. And next is repetitive manufacturing. Okay, so repetitive manufacturing means these are the industries where they will have only one or two products. Same product is continuously manufactured over a period of time. The best examples are cement manufacturing industry, sugar manufacturing industry, tissue paper manufacturing industry. So in these kind of industries, they have only one or two products. The same product is continuously manufactured. So in this kind of industries, you go for repetitive manufacturing. So here we will see how to create the master data required, how the planning is done, how the production execution is done. All those things we will discuss. So we will see one full flow of repetitive manufacturing. Okay. After this, we will go for batch management. Okay, I hope all of you know what is batch. Okay, so we will see what is batch management, how the batches are created in production. Okay, how the batches are created in production, automatic creation or a manual creation in the production order, that we will see. And then we will see classification, batch classification, characteristic, class, how all those things are used. Then we will see batch determination. Batch determination means selecting the batches from the stock according to certain rules. You might have heard of these rules. FIFO, FIFO. You might have heard of these rules. First in, first out, first expiry, first out. Using these rules, how to pick the batches of the from the stocks of the input materials, raw materials in the production order or process order. That we will discuss. Okay, and we will after this we will discuss about S4 HANA special topics. Okay, now the S4 HANA is the latest version of SAP. Here we will discuss about Fiori. They have come up with a new tool called Fiori. What is this Fiori? How the Fiori apps is used? All those things. Then we will discuss about LTMC, new data migration tool. In the R3 system, normally you use LSMW, BDCs to upload the data. BDCs, but in S4 HANA, they have come up with a new tool called LTMC, new data migration tool, LTMC. We will discuss about that. And after that, we will discuss about BRF Plus, Business Rule Framework. This is for the printouts. In the ECC R3, they use NACE for output determination, for outputs. Here in S4 HANA, they come up with BRF Plus. We will discuss that. And we will discuss the changes from ECC to S4 HANA. We will discuss these changes. Okay. After that, we will go for configuration. As a consultant, what you will do? You do all the configuration. So we will discuss about all the configuration, all the master data configuration, BOM, work center, routing, all the configuration, master data, then MRP configuration, and then order type configuration, order type dependent production execution configuration. All these things we will discuss. Okay, because as a consultant, you will be doing the backend configuration. That configuration we will discuss. After that, we will go for integration of PP with other modules of SAP, like MM, materials management, PM, plant maintenance, QM, quality management, HR, finance, controlling, SD, project system. So if you do certain activity in other modules, how it will affect our PP module. Same time, if you do certain activity in PP, how it will affect other modules. So that integration part we will discuss. Okay. And once the training is completed, I will be sharing you 3 types of documents. One is SAP certification documents. Next one is process flow documents. Next one is configuration documents. Okay, so I'll show you both, all the documents, sample documents I will show you. Okay, first is certification documents, right? These are the ones. These are the ones. If you see here, sorry, not this one. This one. If you see, basic data for manufacturing. These are the SAP certification documents. This will be for your future reference. Whatever is there in these documents, we will discuss in the training, but for your future reference, I will provide you all these documents for your future reference. These are certification documents, all including S4 HANA, latest S4 HANA certification documents also I provide. You will get everything, all the certification documents. That is first thing. Okay, next you will get process flow documents. These are prepared with step-by-step screenshots. Okay, these are like end user manuals. Okay, I'll show you that. Suppose let's say production execution, how to create the production order with step-by-step screenshots. Here if you see, production order creation, how to do that with step-by-step screenshots. Okay. You will be getting these documents also. These documents also you will get. Okay, with step-by-step screenshots. So if you have these documents, you can practice in the system by using these documents. It will become very easy for you. So that is a process flow documents. Next one is configuration documents. That means as a consultant, you do configuration. So that configuration documents with step-by-step screenshots I will provide. Suppose if you go let's say batch management configuration. How to do this with step-by-step screenshots. You see here with step-by-step screenshots. So if you have these documents, you can do configuration on your own. No need to take help from anybody. So you will get all these config documents. Okay, for all the functionalities, everything, for all the topics, you will get the configuration documents. So basically, you will be getting certification documents, process flow documents, and then config documents. You will get all the three. Okay. So basically, this training will take around 25 to 30 hours. 30 hours. I adopt two types of training. One is weekdays, Monday to Friday, daily 1 hour. Okay. Another one is only on weekends, Saturday and Sundays. Saturday 2.5 hours and Sunday 2.5 hours. Okay. And the training will happen using S4 HANA server. You will be using the latest S4 HANA 1909 version for training. And the training will happen using GoToMeeting tool. Okay, the tool which we are using now. And I will be providing all the recorded videos of the classes. All the recorded videos of the classes. Okay, and you will be getting IDs access, SAP server access for 3 months to practice in the system. For 3 months. Okay, and the training will happen using real-time scenarios. Okay, this is not an end user or a core user training. This is a consultant training. So if you go to different industries, what type of requirements you will get, considering that the training will happen. And everything we will be executing in SAP, end-to-end transaction. Here this is demo, so I'm not going into the system, but in the real training, we will execute everything in the system, end-to-end. Okay, and I will provide you the interview questions list. SAP PP module interview question list. When you go to interview, what kind of questions they will ask, how to answer those questions, we will discuss that, and I will help you in your resume modification if required, and how to approach for the interviews, what kind of questions they will ask in the interviews, how to answer them, all those things we will discuss. Okay, so that is training details. So that's all. If you have any questions, you can ask now.